Right now, feeding families. Too many are struggling with food insecurity. The new program aimed at helping.
Plus, planning the next 2 years in our state's spending. Hear what Republicans have to say about Governor Evers' budget proposal.
And no more alert days. Things are warming up in the 608, but when could we see our next chance at accumulating snow?
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm Leah Lynchine.
I'm Chris Stanford. A lot to get to this morning, and we start with results from yesterday's primary election.
The only statewide race was for Superintendent of Public Instruction. From 7 candidates down to 2 this morning, Deborah Kerr and Jill Underly will advance. Underly is the current superintendent of Pecatonica School District. Kerr is the former Brown Deer School Superintendent. And in the 13th Senate District, a key Republican primary, the former seat of State Senate Majority Leader, now Congressman Scott Fitzgerald. John Jagler advances with more than 57% of the vote to meet Democrat Melissa Winker in April.
There are also 3 city council seats up for re-election. In the 9th, the current representative, Paul Skidmore, is moving on to the general election. Skidmore has come under fire recently after being accused of using a sexist slur during a meeting last year. He received the 2nd most votes in the primary, securing his spot by a margin of just 25 votes. He's represented the 9th district since 2005. He'll be up against the other primary winner, Nikki Conklin, in the general election on April 6th.
We now have all of the details of the governor's blueprint for the next 2 years. Governor Evers released his budget plan and gave his address last night. He focused in on education investment, criminal justice reform, and climate change. His budget also includes $200 million for small businesses struggling from the pandemic. The governor looks at this not only as a time to recover, but to rebuild.
When this pandemic is over, we could go back to the way things have always been and always have been. Or we can take this moment to demand the future we dream.
There is much more to the budget proposal, including legalizing marijuana and changes with the unemployment system. We break it all down for you over on channel3000.com.
Republicans called the $91 million budget proposal a liberal wish list that they didn't get to see in advance. In a press conference following the governor's speech, they dismissed many of the policies included.
Are things that he clearly knows have zero chance of ever passing a Republican legislature, like the repeal of Act 10 or the legalization of marijuana, really seem to be a way that looks like he's not serious about governing, he's serious about politics.
So a lot of the key proposals here were already rejected by Republicans 2 years ago, like Medicaid expansion, raising the minimum wage, and more. Republican leaders say there is an area of common ground, though, some compromise they could look at, including broadband investments. The Joint Finance Committee will now rewrite the proposals over the coming months and then send it back to the governor, who has line-item veto power for limited control.
In his first public trip since taking office, President Biden answered questions from folks in Milwaukee last night. The discussion focused on vaccination efforts and getting things back to normal. President Biden says he expects the country will be much better off by September and that every American who wants a vaccine should be able to get one by this summer.
When we came into office, there was only 50 million doses that are available. We have now, by the end of July, we'll have over 600 million doses, enough to vaccinate every single American.
President Biden urging Americans to get the vaccine as soon as possible. But the president knows there are some areas that are having trouble getting the shots and expects winter weather may cause temporary holdups.
COVID mortgage relief being extended now into the summer. It's part of the Biden administration's plan for economic relief. The foreclosure moratorium for homeowners with federally backed loans will now go until the end of June. It also extends the window for homeowners with federally backed loans to request mortgage forbearance. More help could be on the way, too. President Biden's American Rescue Plan includes it's being assembled in Congress right now. The final bill is. This one aims to provide more aid to all homeowners, including a $10 billion fund for states to help those homeowners catch up on their mortgage and utility payments. 6:03 right now, there's a new program trying to help feed struggling Dane County families.
Hunger is a big problem right now, especially for kids. But in order for this particular program to help local families, they need your help. Taylor Lazenby is live to show us what we can do. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, guys. That's right. The Boys and Girls Club of Dane County just launched a family meals to go program. Now, but due to lack of funding, the program can only supply about 40 meals per week. Now, they're trying to tackle food insecurity by offering meals for families. Families ranging up to 2 people to the max of 7 family members. The Boys and Girls Club has some early partners with like Chef Dave Hyde and Just Veggies. That's just a plant-based catering company locally in town. Now they just need your help to grow this program. Now, we've posted a link to do so on our website. That's at channel3000.com. But I asked Brent Way, he's the club director, about the early response.
Just, seeing just people across the board, just how appreciative that, they were that we were, just knew that need was there. And, the people that, the positive feedback that we received, it was just extremely rewarding.
The McKenzie Family Club, Taft Street Club, and Allied Family Center are all participating in the Meals to Go program. So coming up in the next half hour, guys, I'm going to tell you how you can sign up or donate to the Family Meals to Go program. For News 3, I'm Taylor Lazenby.
Taylor, thank you very much. 6:05 now. Let's turn it over to Chris Reese with our first warn weather. Oh boy, some temperature changes that I think we're pretty happy about.
Yeah, things are starting to warm up, and it just reminded me of my allergies that happened in the spring for some reason, because I was out here trying to sneeze quietly off camera, but we got it together just in time. Here we are, though, tracking the warmth that's working its way on in. I always say, when you see it warmer towards the south and west, that's a sign of things that are to come. Not all that far away. Omaha, 24 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. In Madison, we are 16 degrees cooler. We had clear skies overnight. The wind was calm, and so that's the recipe for temperatures to drop, especially when you have snow on the ground. So here we are at 13 degrees below zero this morning. Thankfully, there's not much in the way of wind, so your wind chill actually shapes up with where a lot of those actual air temperatures are. 9 below in Janesville, 16 below this morning in Lone Rock and Bosco Bell. Good morning to everyone, by the way. Today's going to be a good day because we're going to warm things up. We're not waking up to the wind chill advisories this morning. In most spots, the wind chill lines up with the actual air temperature, and skies are clear too. So it's going to be a quiet day for the upper Midwest. One area I am watching is once again the deep south. This is where heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain are again coming down on some of the same spots that are still without power after the storm that they saw the other day. Watch how that begins to move towards the south. We stay dry, but we do watch at least a chance to see some light snow or flurries early in the morning tomorrow. Otherwise, we're going to be dry as we move into the weekend. Then we start to watch our next chance for snow coming our way headed into Sunday. This is likely going to be a light snowmaker. Some accumulation is certainly possible with that, but then things move out quickly. Let's take you hour by hour. Here we are. This is 3:30 this afternoon. Temperatures are into the mid and upper teens for a lot of folks. I will not be surprised if someone makes it to 20 today, especially if we can get some rays of sunshine into the afternoon. The reality is I expect more cloud cover to be working its way on in. But overnight tonight, our low, it's right around 3 to 5 degrees. I expect us to stay above zero. We make it into the 20s headed into tomorrow. Teens on Friday, that's okay. More 20s on Saturday. 30s are back as we move into your Sunday. A light accumulation snow is possible by Sunday as well. But check out Tuesday, 3 degrees away from 40. And we're back into the 20s by the time we get you towards next Friday. We have reached the point where we are now in above average temperatures. This is good. So is the traffic. Look at all the green that we're seeing on the area highways right there. You're only seeing your reds and yellows show up at the stoplights on East Wash, especially headed inbound towards the capital. But Dane County as a whole looks good this morning. We're not talking snowstorms to slow things down. We're not talking accidents to slow things down, at least for now. Let's keep it that way this week.
All right. Thanks, Chris. 6:08. Developing this morning, North Korea is being accused of hacking drug maker Pfizer. It's an apparent attempt to steal its vaccine technology. This is coming from a South Korean politician after the country's intelligence agency briefed lawmakers. North Korea allegedly tried to hack multiple companies that have developed a coronavirus vaccine or treatments. It's not yet clear when the attack happened or if any data was stolen. Pfizer has told CNN that it would not comment on the matter. North Korea has yet to report a single case of coronavirus, but the country is expecting to receive 2 million doses of the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine in the coming weeks.
Quest Diagnostics is joining forces with the CDC this morning to find new variants of COVID-19. The company says it's been sequencing 2,000 tests weekly. That's twice the number since its efforts started in January. The CDC's director says the more sequencing that gets done, the more officials will know about how many variants are spreading. The CDC also working with other commercial diagnostic labs across the country to help investigate even more test samples.
A little more than 600 new COVID cases in Wisconsin over the past 24 hours. The case trend continues to fall while the trend of deaths is staying pretty steady. Another 38 people died yesterday. About 15,000 more people have been vaccinated. The trend of vaccination, though, continues to slow down. Across the state, about 4% of people have completed their vaccination series. In Dane County, that percentage is a bit higher. The county continues to beat the state's percentage. Right now, nearly 7% of the county's population is fully vaccinated.
The pandemic is posing dental problems for kids. The American Dental Association says some 40% of young patients have skipped appointments due to their parents' fear of catching the virus. Experts say the delays in care are leading to tooth decay and more cavities. Dental care professionals want to remind kids, and adults for that matter, to ease up on sugary drinks, brush twice daily, and don't forget to floss.
Yeah, got to get my kids in for an appointment. They are long overdue, so this is a good reminder.
Get it done, Chris.
Need to. We are starting off cold again this morning, but this cold snap is about to break. Chris Reese has highs above freezing in his first warn forecast.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Josh Breiter. Ahead in the 608, we meet a new entrepreneur following in her family's footsteps. We'll see the products she has created that you can now try for yourself when we come back.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback Event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cash back on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18-month 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home satisfaction at the Moore store. The President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
I was picking the boys up after practice when they're like, can we get Quick Trip? Actually, that was my plan. What would Quick Trip's take-home meals being? As the Quick Trip lady says, freshly made and absolutely delicious. But opportunity knocked. I go, if you let Dad give you haircuts. And they say, deal. At Quick Trip, the boys are like spaghetti, chicken tenders, mac and cheese. After an easy dinner, it was time to pay the piper. Dad's like, who's next? A deal's a deal.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
If you've been injured, you know what to do.
Gruber Law says, one call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all. Gruber Law Office says, one call, that's all. One call, that's all. Gruber Law Office says, one call, that's all. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Additional support provided by Wisconsin Beef Council and E&J Gallo Winery. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit MadisonMagazine.com.
You thought you were the only ones who'd go someplace just because you liked the name of the town. The only ones who didn't just want to see the world, but needed to explore every corner of it. You thought you were the only ones until you discovered others just like you. Jeep Cherokee, there's only one.
Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models. Hurry to the Jeep President's Day event today.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus, get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
6:15 now. It will be a while until we know what caused yesterday's fatal plane crash in Rock County. The small plane crashed in a wooded area about a mile south of the southern Wisconsin Regional Airport. Officials say the pilot had radioed for help. Emergency crews found 2 people in the plane, both declared dead on the scene. The Rock County Sheriff's Office will continue to protect the scene until the NTSB takes over. That investigation could take up to a year.
An update now to some breaking news we had earlier in the week here. A Janesville man has been arrested in connection with a death investigation in the Wisconsin Dells. 34-year-old Jeremy Mundy is facing a homicide charge this morning. On Sunday, police were sent to do a welfare check on 2 people staying in a room at the River Inn Resort. When they got there, officers made contact with the man in the room who said that he was okay. He was detained after telling police that the woman in the room was dead. The woman's name has not been released as her family is requesting privacy. No charges will be filed in the fatal officer-involved shooting from December in Fort Atkinson. It happened on December 9th, starting with a police chase. Officers used stop sticks to disable the suspect's car. Investigators say the man then got out and tried to carjack another vehicle armed with a gun. Squad car video shows 7 shots were fired. The district attorney said the officers' actions were lawful and reasonable acts of self-defense.
At least 17 people in 5 different states have now died following a major winter storm that blanketed much of the country, and more is on the way. Millions of Texans are currently without power or heat this morning as the state's electric grid buckled under demand. Many have been without electricity for more than 48 hours in what officials are still calling a series of rolling blackouts.
We spent the night pretty much in the cold, which is something I've never done. With a 2-year-old, it was dreadful. We all just got in one bed and covered up.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott is blaming ERCOT, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas. They're the ones who operate the grid. Abbott now calling for a full investigation into the nonprofit. Gas, meanwhile, is running low at many gas stations in Texas because people are sitting in their cars to stay warm. Chris Reese joining us now with our first warn weather. That's snow depth across the country in Houston. I can't get over this.
Yeah, no, this is really something that's never before been seen. This is the most snow cover ever throughout the lower 48 at once. We're talking coast to coast from Canada all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico in the country of Mexico covered in snow this morning. That adds up. It's 73.2% of the lower 48 covered in snow this morning. And you said it, there is more on the way. We've been tracking the deep south where once again these same areas are under a winter storm warning. Snow in Dallas, freezing rain down towards Houston, heavy snow starting to work its way into Memphis this morning. We're quiet though for us here in southeastern Wisconsin, and this is yet again the same day where we're quiet watching storms rolling by towards the south. We're cold though, 13 degrees below zero, but check out the beautiful shot behind that. Temperatures, they're going to be warming up as we go through the day. That's after starting the day 16 degrees colder than where we were yesterday. Wind chills, they line up with the actual air temperatures this morning. Here's what to expect as you look ahead. We're going from 6 to 15 with highs right around 16 to 18.
All right, big warm up today, although we won't get very hot or warm. Thanks, Chris. Coming up, a Wisconsin woman following in her family's, or actually right now, a young woman following in her family's footsteps as a new entrepreneur in the 608.
Yeah, we can't wait for this story, Chris. She's created a new treat you can feel better about when you're indulging. Josh Breiter joins us this morning with her story. Good morning, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. We're talking about the daughter of Michelle Clausen, yes, of Clausen's Bakery in Middleton. Recent culinary school grad Jessica Westhofen created these imperfect bites. She calls them a healthy indulgence you can feel good about. These bites are handcrafted confections combining nostalgic flavors and functional ingredients. Jessica says she wanted to come up with a healthier, thoughtful snack that you don't have to guilt yourself over after eating.
I think I had about 20 different samples, and I would give them out to my friends and they would kind of critique them, and then that's where I came up with the 3 flavors: Go Bananas, Texas Twist, and Tropical Mint.
Jessica says her goal was to make satisfying chocolates that are the perfect balanced snack. The bites are rich in minerals, potassium, and vitamin C. And she says they're not too chocolate heavy like other brands claiming that they're healthy. You can find the Imperfect Bites at Metcalfe's and Brennan's locations. And she spends about half her time in Austin, Texas, where you can also find the treats. Ahead in our next half hour, we'll hear a little bit more about the family history on what makes being local so special and also future plans. Now, guys, of course, I had to get some and try for myself. My plan was, when we shot this story last week, was to try them on the air. Well, you can see it's open and there's just a couple of crumbs left in the bag. So you guys know me, I can't stop eating.
Now, these two gentlemen, they have their little packs. What do you got, Chris Stanford?
Texas Twist, pecans, mango, chili powder, and chocolate. I gotta say, the combination of stuff going on here is pretty great. Like, there's some chewiness with like the mango pieces combined with the crunch of the pecans, and then you get a little kick afterwards, just a little bit, not that much, with the chili powder, the sweet of the chocolate. It all works so well together. Chris, what do you have?
The wrong time to ask.
So I have Go Bananas. And the reality is, I actually am not a chocolate lover. I typically avoid chocolate at all costs. So this was experimental this morning, but I like it. It's not chocolate heavy, and that's what does it. But I'll tell you, with this particular flavor, what really gets me, it's the sweet. So you've got blueberries involved along with cashews. One of my favorite snacks is raisin and cashews. So the blueberry is obviously a little bit dried here. So that's actually working to give me that taste. It's pretty good. Cool.
This is great. We just have some serious chefs in here giving us the flavor breakdown.
$5 a bag, not bad.
Very impressive, very impressive. Josh Breiter, thanks for bringing us back a little bit of food this morning. We appreciate it.
All right, remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach him on social media or email him at inthe608@wisctv.com for a chance to be featured. Hey, some UW engineers have come up with a product to make your mask work better. We'll show you how it works.
And coming up in our next half hour, Wisconsin protesters demanding immigrant workers be included in the next federal relief bill. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. And people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, by ordering in response to this advertisement, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick Pen with your order. The Quick Stick Pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick Pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Additional support provided by Wisconsin Beef Council and E&J Gallo Winery. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit madisonmagazine.com.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
624, an invention from the UW College of Engineering recently got somewhat of an endorsement from the CDC. Check out this. This is the Badger Seal. It's a product that goes over your mask to help it fit better. It's designed to eliminate the gaps so fewer particles escape or are inhaled. This video demonstration right here from the university shows how a mask with one of these mask fitters on it performs a lot better. The CDC just used the UW study on this in new guidelines for how to wear a mask.
It is just a huge impact on the performance of the mask. And so the more people that know about it and can buy that, it's just ultimately going to be lives saved.
You can find the Badger Seal mask fitter at the UW Makerspace for $10. Other companies sell them online as well. We have a couple versions of this. Leah has one that loops around the ears.
Let's
you want
give
to
it a
show people
shot.
how it works?
Put on a mask, and then this little green guy, I've already sort of fitted it to my nose, and then it goes around your ears, just like your mask. We were laughing earlier. Chris Reese was like, you guys look like a bunch of flight attendants showing us.
You do. I'm ready for someone to... Leah, are there any oxygen or life vests underneath the desk?
I think I look like some sort of a face model. Like, here's how you
put your own mask on before assisting others.
Yes, yes. Very attractive. Chris Stanford, let's see you.
Yeah, this one's a little bit different. It doesn't loop around your ears. This one goes like over your head and then fits underneath like that. And you can bend this green thing on the top here. You can bend it so it fits nice and snug to your face. Look at that. It's really simple. There's a video that we posted on the Channel 3000 Facebook page to show you how to make one of these yourself and a product list to make it from. That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Chris Reese, give us a quick breakdown of the weather before we go.
All right, we're going to see sunshine today. Temperatures take flight into the upper teens.
Take flight. Your flight attendants of News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Eat, play, golf safely at Vitence Golfland. Surfaces in the grill and bar, the heated outdoor golf suites, and indoor miniature golf course are treated with Biodome for long-lasting surface protection, and face masks are worn by staff. Make reservations for the Vitence Golfland golf suites and indoor miniature golf at vitence.com.
Surgenian's 91-year history means you pay $91 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad, your furniture moved, and your old carpet recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Ask about 18-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-905-1069. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-905-1069.
Life has changed over the past year, but what hasn't changed is Meineke continuing to make your safety our #1 priority. Make an appointment now and save $10 on all oil change packages. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help keep you safe on the road.
Stop into Rubens today for our annual dining sale. Save up to 40% on fine dining. Rubens has beautiful dining room tables, chairs, and buffets for your home. Choose from sleek, modern dining imported from Italy. Solid birch dining in all finishes and sizes. Invest in heirloom furniture. Rubens has many dining tables and chairs in stock for immediate delivery. As always, Rubens designers offer free design service. Come in today for Rubens' annual dining room sale on now.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Brought to you by the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, helping veterans, elderly, and disabled neighbors in need. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit MadisonMagazine.com.
The indoor miniature golf course at Vitence Golfland is a safe, fun putting experience. Face masks are worn by staff. Biodome for surface protection is applied to putting and play areas. Visit Vitence.com for a tee time or just stop in to play indoor miniature golf at Vitence Golfland.
As more contagious variants of COVID spread in Wisconsin, how quickly they could become the state's most dominant strains.
Record-breaking snow cover all across the country. Who could see more today when we could see more in Wisconsin?
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Governor Evers wants to put the state's money where his mouth is by focusing on education, mental health, justice reform, and pandemic recovery over the next 2 years. The governor gave his biennial budget address last night. The $91 billion plan represents a roughly $1 billion tax increase. A lot of his proposals aren't new. Many of them had already been rejected by Republicans 2 years ago, things like Medicaid expansion and raising the minimum wage. The plans reflect some of his top priorities for the state through 2023. We'll dive more into the governor's plans for small businesses and education in the next 15 minutes coming up in the morning sprint. Republicans, meanwhile, say the governor's proposal is a liberal wish list that they didn't get to see in advance. In a press conference following the speech, they dismissed many of the governor's policies, like marijuana legalization and a partial repeal of Act 10. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says there are areas of common ground they'll be looking at, like broadband investments. We'll hear more from him coming up in the morning sprint as well.
President Biden back in Washington this morning after a visit to Milwaukee's Pabst Theater. The town hall was his first public trip since being inaugurated. It focused on the pandemic and the president's COVID vaccination plan. Biden says every American who wants a vaccine should be able to get one by the end of July. During the town hall, a Milwaukee second grader told Biden that she was worried about catching the virus. The president looked to reassure her, saying that young children are, quote, the safest group of people in the world.
Now, when things change, people get really worried and scared. But don't be scared, honey. Don't be scared. You're going to be fine. And we're going to make sure Mommy's fine, too.
The president says the goal is still to get kindergartners through 8th graders back to school in person full-time by the end of April. The president also made a pitch for his nearly $2 trillion COVID relief package. Congressional Republicans say it's too pricey. Democrats could pass it, though, without their support. The House is scheduled to vote on the measure next week.
Protesters in Milwaukee hope the Biden administration will take their demands into consideration. Members of the immigrant rights group Voces de la Frontera held a press conference ahead of the town hall yesterday. Organizers want the president to include immigrant essential workers in the next federal COVID relief bill and to grant citizenship.
As hard as I work every day to provide for my family, my kids, to help out the community, I'm proud to do it. I'm proud to do so. But it's just totally disappointing to hear that I don't deserve or I don't qualify for any COVID relief or any assistance.
Protesters are also calling for a modernized immigration system with pathways to legal citizenship.
People not included in priority groups for COVID vaccines are going to have to wait a few more months than experts had hoped. Dr. Fauci had recently predicted anyone who wants a vaccine would be able to get one by April. Well, now he says they'll have to wait until late spring or summer. He says the prediction was based on the expectation that Johnson & Johnson would have more doses of their vaccine available after the FDA provided emergency use authorization. In his town hall, President Biden assured enough doses would be available to everyone who wants one by the end of July.
New this morning, the more contagious COVID variant from the UK is now reported in the Milwaukee County area. Health officials say the variant was detected and reported at the end of January. The director of medical services for Milwaukee County says the strain is doubling the number of people infected every 10 days. Once it starts to spread more widely, it would take about a month to become the dominant strain. Now, this isn't the first case of the strain in Wisconsin. The DHS announced the first known case on January 13th.
All right, let's get you caught up on case counts here in Wisconsin. And we are on that downward trend that continues. In the last 24 hours, DHS added about 600 new cases. As new cases drop, the trend in deaths is staying pretty steady. Vaccinations are also slowing down as well. A little more than 4% of Wisconsinites are fully vaccinated this morning. Dane County outpacing the state in this category. Nearly 7% of people in the county are fully protected right now. We take a deeper dive into these numbers at channel3000.com.
All the snow blanketing the country, making for great skiing conditions. But check this out. One family got into a pretty scary situation on the ski lift. A boy on one of the lifts at Diamond Peak Ski Resort in Nevada somehow slipped off. Look at him there. His father hanging on to him. About a half a dozen quick-thinking skiers grabbed some orange plastic fencing to use as a net to catch him when he fell. Look at that.
It's incredible.
Lori Rixman took this video. She says the boy didn't seem to be hurt, but I've talked all morning about how this is my worst nightmare. Every time I'm on a ski lift, I think we're wearing such slippery clothing. You're holding on to so much gear. You better believe I got that bar down, Chris Reese.
You know, I've never thought about that while being on a ski lift, or I've never been afraid, but it's been years since I was on one at this point. So now that I'm older, I don't know. Might have to stick to tubing, do the little tubing lift.
I just can't believe those things are legal. Like, where else are you not required to buckle in?
Seatbelts. Seatbelts are needed. But, you know, I'll tell you what, a lot of folks are likely going to ski resorts right now because there's so much snow that we have on the ground. Really, throughout south central Wisconsin, the amount of snow on the ground is some of the deepest snow seen in years. We have a 12 to 18-inch snow depth here in Madison, but then you work your way over towards Milwaukee. This is where the snow depth begins to approach 24 to 30 inches in a lot of spots. My youth group kids, they're 16 and 17. I told them, you have not seen this much snow on the ground before, because for a lot of folks, this is the deepest snow depth since 2001. And for the country as a whole, this is the deepest snow depth ever. The most widespread snow, coast to coast, from Seattle all the way to New York City, then from Canada all the way down to the Gulf Coast of Mexico. Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, all covered in snow. Some of these same areas are getting more, but here it is, 73.2% of the lower 48 covered in the snow right now, and we're watching more of that come down across the country, especially across the deep south. Dallas under a winter storm warning, getting more snow this morning. More freezing rain is showing its way in Houston. Heavy snow moving right on into the Memphis metro this morning, and this same storm, it's going to be working its way into the lower part of the Ohio Valley. Here are all of those winter storm warnings and some of the same areas where we talked about seeing them for the past several days. Cold temperatures, but we are cold again here in Madison. A beautiful sunrise right there. Our temperature at 13 degrees below zero, 9 below. Good morning in Janesville. 1 above for our friends in Monroe, and 7 below in Platteville this morning. These all line up with our wind chills, though, because the air is not necessarily moving outside. It is still a calm, quiet morning. Doppler track all clear for us. It'll stay clear as we go throughout the day. Temperatures should top out right around 16. But watch this. The core of the cold, it is working its way out. Watch the warmer temperatures start to gradually take hold as we go through this extended pattern. It's one where we will generally see warmer temperatures overall. In fact, we are warming all the way up into the 30s and upper 30s. By the time we get you towards Tuesday, we'll watch a chance of light accumulating snow on Sunday. But overall, this pattern is one that is warm, and that is a good thing to see. Also a good thing to see is all the green on our highways this morning. We are seeing a couple of slowdowns on East Wash. That is to be expected. No major issues are showing up throughout Dane County this morning.
All right. Thanks, Chris. 6:37 right now. Black History Month. It's another opportunity to learn about and reflect on the historical injustices that the U.S. has caused our black communities. But it's much more than that. It's also about recognizing and celebrating the successes of our black neighbors. It's exactly what one employee at Cherokee Heights Middle School wants to accomplish through his Black Student Voices group. Deontay Pruitt hosts 2 back-to-back sessions with about 10 students every Tuesday. As someone who never learned about the positives of black history until college, he wants to make sure that kids are informed a lot earlier than he was.
The kids are the future. So if they get this knowledge and information earlier, both sides, right? Not just Black students, all students, if they get this information, then our society is going to be a lot better because they're going to take it on in the future to like have a better understanding of how this racism started, what Black people were doing before slavery, the greatness that they had.
Pruitt focuses on positive Black culture, people, voices, and experiences. Most students in the group are Black or mixed race and identify as Black, but the sessions are open to all students.
6:38 now. A new meals program from the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is for the whole family.
Taylor Lazenby here to explain how families can sign up. Good morning, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning. That's right. The Boys and Girls Club is partnering with a local chef and Just Veggies. That's a local plant-based catering company to help provide some of those meals. Now, right now, the Meals to Go program can only offer about 40 meals a week, and so they need the community support to make this event even bigger. Now, I spoke with the club director, his name is Brent Way, on who is helping fighting this hunger insecurity in our area and what he says is the best thing to do.
We knew at all three of our club locations that there was a need, for meals and, the food insecurity issue. So what we get out of it is just being able to provide those meals.
So right now, the Meals to Go program is an option at all Boys and Girls Club Dane County locations. Now, it just takes a few minutes to sign up. You go onto the Boys and Girls Club website, fill out your information, see exactly how many members are in your family, and you get those meals delivered on every Tuesday and Thursday. Now, to get a full list of more information, you can go onto our website. That's at channel3000.com.
Good stuff. Thanks, Taylor. A restaurant owner in Stevens Point doing something good to help other local restaurants during the pandemic. Adolfo Melendez owns El Mezcal. He opened the restaurant just weeks before the pandemic hit. Now he's using a chunk of money meant for marketing his business to instead buy gift cards to help his competitors. Melendez has spent more than $2,000 in gift cards on 7 other area restaurants. Each are worth $20. He raffles them away on his restaurant's Facebook page.
I think the importance of supporting a small businesses is that's what makes this little town so stronger, because big companies come and go.
The other restaurants say they appreciate what he's doing for the community. El Mezcal was around when I was growing up in Stevens Point. I'm so happy to hear that they're back. We went there all the time.
Very cool. Very glad to see any restaurant succeeding in this particular environment right now.
Absolutely. It's tough. They need all the help they can get.
Oh, yeah.
So who's tired of the cold? We got a bit of a teaser yesterday afternoon with some warmer weather. When we'll get above freezing.
And Josh Breiter is introducing us to somebody in the 608, bringing you a treat you can enjoy without all the guilt. We're going to check that out after the break.
It's your last chance for the biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin at Ashley Home Store. Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices and interest-free financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Gobin Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2016 or 17 Dodge Grand Caravan starting at $10,995 or $175 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2016 or 17 Dodge Grand Caravan at only $10,995 or $175 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Additional support provided by Wisconsin Beef Council and E&J Gallo Winery. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit MadisonMagazine.com.
The biggest President's Day mattress marathon sale ends Tuesday at Ashley Home Store. Get the guaranteed best offer in all of Wisconsin on Tempur-Pedic and Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Only at Ashley Home Store.
On the next Live Before, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company takes your plant and garden questions live, and we'll talk with author and former Channel 3 reporter Nancy Johnson about her new book, The Kindless Lie.
They faithfully serve the healthcare needs of our precious pets, but local veterinarians are struggling.
We've got this high increased demand of caseload, as well as a struggling workforce.
How COVID is creating a veterinary care crisis. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. If you're looking for a snack you can feel good about, you're in luck this morning.
There's a woman in the 608 who's going into the family business with a unique twist. Josh Breiter here now with her story. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Today I'm introducing you to a third-generation German chocolatier taking after her grandfather and mother of Clausen's Bakery, but she's taking a new approach and a new path. In the last 6 months, Wisconsin native Jessica Westhofen started Imperfect Bites. It began as a dream of creating a snack that you don't have to feel guilty about after consuming. But the idea came from a traditional German chocolate cookie called a Mandelsplitter, which you'll find at her family's bakery in Middleton. Jessica says it was her mission to find the right combination of dark chocolate, nuts, seeds, dried fruit, and spices, and she's been grateful to have the support of her family and community behind her every step of the way.
I mean, it's unreal. I feel really lucky, one, to be following in my grandfather's and my mother's footsteps. And it also means a lot to me to be doing this in my hometown. I have a lot of friends that I went to high school with who have been reaching out to me that are super excited to try the product. And it also means a lot to me to be in Metcalf's and Brennan's. My mom has sold her product in both of those stores for a very long time. So I feel very fortunate to be part of the community.
The Imperfect Bites come in 3 different flavors: Go Bananas, Texas Twist, and Tropical Mix. You can find them at Clausen's Bakery in Middleton, along with the Metcalf's and Brennan's Markets locations across the area. Jessica now lives in Austin, Texas, where you can also find the Imperfect Bites, so she spends quite a bit of time traveling back and forth. She tells me Madison and Austin have so many similarities, so she's excited to see where the market takes her creation. She also says her little brother is about to finish up culinary school, and he plans to take over the family bakery here. So exciting news all around, guys. You know, I picked out the Tropical Mix flavor, but you can see it's already open, and there's just a couple of crumbs left. I bought this for the story, but I should know better. They aren't going to last because I'm going to go in and eat them. And I know our photographer, Mark Schilling, he gave you guys all some to try. What are your thoughts so far?
I'm surprised you have any left, Josh.
Yeah, me too.
My bag's almost gone. I have the Go Bananas, which is...
It's all crumbs.
you just dump it out right in the mouth, right? Banana chips, cashews, and blueberries. This one was pretty good. A real nice banana flavor to it. You get a little bit of the sweetness from the blueberries and the chocolate. Blueberry and chocolate's always a good combination. These are excellent.
Chris Reese, what do you got over there?
All right. We've been talking about Texas all week long, so it makes sense to have the Texas twist, right?
Ooh.
Here we go. Dark chocolate with Texas pecans, which oddly enough I'm not the biggest fan of, but mango and chili powder, and you've won my heart. And I'll tell you what,
hey.
There's a little kick as the chili powder comes in afterwards. I always make the joke earlier. I said you have to issue a little heat advisory for what's coming in after.
We had to have a weather. We had to have a weather joke in there. Oh, brother. Yes. I just love these little reviews from our chefs, the Chris's in here. They're, oh, yes, the flavors just go together so well. These are professionals you're dealing with here, folks.
Coming after Dave Ramsey, that's for sure.
Josh Bryder, thank you very much. Chris Reese, if you're done snacking, you want to give us the weather?
Yeah, quick weather real quick. Temperatures are at 13 degrees below zero this morning, so bundle up as you're headed out the door. Wind chill is actually not much of an issue. All across the board, wind chills line up with the actual air temperature, but it gets better. We warm up towards 16 to 18 degrees today. We'll see more clouds moving in into the afternoon.
Thanks, Chris. Stick around. Sprint's coming up after the break.
But first, it's February 17th. We want to say happy birthday to Kavi and all the kids turning 3 today. Thanks for taking a minute and celebrating with us here on News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Big trucks can cause big damage. Injuries can be severe and may require a lifetime of care and compensation. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We can help you from the safety and comfort of your own home. Our virtual sign-up process is quick and easy. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Keep more presidents in your pocket during Steinhaffel's President's Day sale. Take 35% off store-wide, plus get an extra $100 off and get great deals like any size Sealy mattress, $99. This power recliner, $299. A queen panel bed, just $629. 5-piece dining set, only $829. Steinhaffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices. So save big during Steinhaffel's President's Day sale. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
At American Family Insurance, we've always protected more than what you drive. We've protected and supported the dreams that drive you. Right now, that means extending our 10% savings on auto premium for all current and new auto customers through March, so you can get a little closer to your dream. Whether your dream is discovering new roads and new limits, or supporting that dream. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week is new and updated for 2021. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course menu at a special price for dining in at the restaurant or for takeout that you can enjoy at home. Dining with a choice. Don't miss Restaurant Week 2021, February 22nd through the 27th. Additional support provided by Wisconsin Beef Council and E&J Gallo Winery. For Restaurant Week menus and details, visit madisonmagazine.com.
The dining sale at Rubens Contemporary Furniture, on now.
6:51, time for the morning sprint.
Governor Evers is laying out his budget plan for the next 2 years with a focus on schools and small businesses.
We have a long road ahead of us, and our Main Street businesses need help now.
The governor wants to put $200 million toward helping small businesses. The budget also includes increased investment in public school funding, rural schools, special education, and the UW system. There's a lot more to this budget, including a number of climate change initiatives and broadband access. We have an extensive breakdown of the governor's plans up right now on channel3000.com.
This, to me, looks like it is nothing more than a liberal Democrat from Madison's wish list to his donors.
That's the reaction from Republicans in the state legislature. They say they didn't get to see the budget proposal in advance. In a press conference following the governor's speech, they dismissed many of the policies like marijuana legalization and partial repeal of Act 10. as dead in the water. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos, who you just heard from, says there are some areas of common ground they will be taking a look at, like broadband investments.
President Biden says the U.S. will have enough COVID vaccine doses available to anyone who wants one by the end of July. He made the announcement at his town hall at the Pabst Theater in Milwaukee last night. It was the president's first public trip out of the White House since inauguration. The town hall mostly focused on COVID, but also touched on the economy, small businesses, racism, and international affairs.
With all precincts reporting, Deborah Kerr and Jill Underly will move on to the general election for State Superintendent of Public Instruction. Underly is currently the superintendent of the Pecatonica School District. Kerr is the former Brown Deer School superintendent. The general election is April 6th.
In a key Republican primary, John Jagler will advance to meet Democrat Melissa Winker in April. It's to fill the 13th Senate district, left empty by former Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald.
And at the local level, there are 3 Madison City Council seats up for re-election. In the 9th, Nikki Conklin and Paul Skidmore will advance to the April election. Skidmore's the incumbent. He's been facing some criticism, though, for allegedly using a sexist slur during a meeting last year. He's represented the 9th District since 2005.
We need a new way of thinking and a new perspective.
The Milwaukee Bucks executive, the latest person to enter the U.S. Senate race for Ron Johnson's seat. In a campaign video, Alex Lasry promises to bring a fresh perspective and new way of thinking to the U.S. Capitol. He was most recently in the news for getting a vaccine at age 33. So far, he'll face Thomas Nelson in a Democratic primary and Johnson in the general if Johnson runs for re-election. He has not announced whether he will or not. It will take some time for officials to update us on what caused a small plane crash in Rock County yesterday, killing the 2 people on board. The plane went down in a wooded area about a mile south of the Southern Wisconsin Regional Airport. Officials say the pilot did radio for help. Emergency crews found 2 people in the plane, both declared dead on scene. The Rock County Sheriff's Office will protect the scene until the NTSB takes over. That investigation could take up to a year.
The teenager accused of shooting and injuring 8 people at Mayfair Mall in November could be tried as an adult. Prosecutors want the 15-year-old tried as an adult, but the suspect's attorney want him to be tried in juvenile court. Police say the shooting happened after 2 groups got into a fight. Closing arguments are set for next Thursday.
Today is Ash Wednesday. It kicks off Lent, which lasts the 46 days leading up to Easter Sunday. Christians will mark the occasion with ash on their forehead, representing death and repentance. Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Verona is taking a different approach to the holiday this year. It will provide pre-packaged ashes and individual pre-packaged communion. That is from 11:30 until 12:30 and 5:30 to 6:30 at both church campuses.
Well, the CDC says deadly winter storms happening across the country will cause widespread delays of vaccine shipments over the next few days. The weather has brought a tornado to Brunswick County, North Carolina, killing at least 3 people. Texans are dealing with another night of record low temperatures in the single digits as millions shivered in the cold and dark. The electrical grid there cannot keep up with demand.
And we are watching another storm system impact some of those same areas today. Snow throughout Dallas, freezing rain through Austin and Houston. That's now working its way towards Memphis. Here in southern Wisconsin, though, we are clear. A beautiful sunrise taking shape right now. Our temperature at 13 degrees below zero because the air is calm. The wind is not blowing. Wind chills in very many cases line up with the actual air temperature out there. 16 below in both Lone Rock and Boscobel. We warm up to 16 degrees as we go through today. Clouds will be on the increase. We'll see more clouds on Thursday with a high of 22. Snow chances by Sunday in the 30s for next week.
Love the sounds of that. Have a great day, folks. Enjoy that sun rays. We'll see you tomorrow.